Okay, so here we are doing math again, and this time we're going to add 4 two-digit numbers using expanded form the way we teach it. Okay, so this one looks like the old algorithm that many of us were taught growing up, but we stretch it out and do it a little bit differently. So in this strategy, the first thing you do is you line your numbers up the way we're used to seeing them. 74 plus 29 plus 35 plus 83. Plus sign goes out to the front. And sometimes we go ahead and draw the equal line like that. But now this is where it's different. Because everything is pretty much a base 10 system, we're going to put the 10s in one spot, the 1s in another spot, and then we're going to kind of separate them. So 74, when I stretch it out into expanded form, is 70 plus 4. 29 is 20 plus 9. 35 is 30 plus 5. The kids like to do this whole bubblegum thing, stressing bubblegum out. Oh my gosh, don't catch us. 80 plus 3, like this. And then this is where what we're used to doing. Now always start with ones, just like in the base 10 video. I know that 4 plus 5 is 9, so when I add these two together, that makes 18. And then I just add the 3 on. 18, 19, 20, 21. I move the plus signs down. Actually, that should have been done before I started adding anything, but that's okay. These the plus signs get out of the way, and it just kind of is another barrier between the 1s and the 10s. Then I come over to this side and I say, 70 plus 30 is 100. And 20 plus 80 is 100. And so for this problem, we actually end up with 200. 100 plus 100 is 200 over here. Now, when I look at the ones column, I say, hey, Molly, you can't have 21 in the ones column. So we stretch that out and take away the 20, move it over, 20 plus 1, we've got 200 in front, so I'm not going to even pretend to move that over because that's too obvious. And then you put your 2, you put your 20, and you put your 1, and then the answer that way is 221. So that one was super easy, and I didn't realize it until, I started working on it. It kind of always happens like that. So let me do a second one with hopefully not such easy numbers. This is the way, as parents, I could see you guys using the most. As kids, they really like the base 10s in the drawing, but the part that gets them out and has the wrong answers is typically when they're trying to regroup over to the 10s and the 1s. A lot of them will just cross off the whole set and just say, take it away. So this is the one that you as parents probably are more comfortable with. So this time, let's see, I'm going to do 64 plus 92 plus 83 plus 77 equals something. Okay, so again, in expanded form, we line them up first. 64 sits on top of 92, 83, and then 77. Okay, this is better, I think. Yeah. Nope, it's going to be the same way. Let's change the 77 to the 87. This will make it a little different. Okay, so again, what we're going to do is when we start the adding, we need a little extra equal line down here. We're going to put equal signs here because the kids know that they stretch the values out. So the 6 means 60. Most of us as kids did not really say 64, 6 is 60. We would just always call that 6. That's the change. That's really the biggest difference in the math today and the math when we were kids, is the fact that we're actually calling the 880 and the 990 and the 880 down here. So that's really where the biggest shift is when we get into 3-digit homework. You're going to find that as well. So now that I have my numbers stretched out, I say, yo, plus signs, get out of here. And they go to the bottom. And then I do the ones first. 7 plus 3, I know that right away is 10. 4 plus 2 is 6. Just kind of grouping them to make the addition easier. And the total for 4 plus 2 plus 3 is 16. Then over here, we do pretty much the same thing. I've got 60 plus 90 plus 80 plus 80. I'd like to do doubles if I can first. So this is going to be 140. 160. See how quick things can go wrong? 160. I could totally hear my kids doing the same problem too. 160. These two together make 150. So when I put 160 plus 150, that becomes 310. And this is what I'm talking about. This is where the information changes. When we were kids, we would go, oh, 16, carry the 1. We wouldn't really be carrying a 1. What we're officially carrying there is a 10. So that's why we kind of stretch these out again down here. So we say, yo, 10, get out of here, and the 6 stays the same. We move the 10 over. We say, yo, 3, get out of here, and the 3 is really 300, right? We're in the tens place, so we say 10 plus 10 is 20. That's why I used a different color. And so then when I look at my answer, I take the 3 from the 300, the 2 from the 20, and the 6, and then on my answer line I have 326. So hopefully you can see how similar this is to what we were taught. I know most of you said, hey, Miss G, why didn't you just go 310 plus 10? Because the kids are still really learning the differences between the values, and we always want to regroup our tens over. If this were base 10s, then we would have had, like the last problem in the other video, we would have ended up having enough tens to draw 3 squares, and we really want them to start separating those out. So I hope that this video helps, and that you and your mathematicians have fun with it. Make it colorful. Good night.